Welcome to the Dreamit Dose. Often, many early-stage investors may ask you during a first meeting, so what's your exit strategy? You may think this question's irrelevant, or no one's going to ask you at this point. But you're probably going to get this question the majority of the time. So how do you best answer it? Let's dive in. So, when does this come up? You're meeting with an early stage investor. Maybe it's an angel investor, a seed stage investor, and you're getting towards the end of your discussion of your deck, and they'll pop the question. So, what's the exit strategy here? Who's going to acquire this and why? Sometimes we've even seen startups bring this up proactively. Do not do that. We'll talk more about that later. What's the reality? The reality for startups that are raising venture and survive, the majority are going to get acquired. And founders and investors are looking for some type of a liquidity event. And investors do want to understand who possible acquirers are. But in that first early meeting, that's not the time to discuss it. Push it off. By the way, what's my favorite answer ever to this question? A friend of mine, Garrett Vandergraft, who lives in the Georgia area, 20 years ago, I remember him telling me he was building this vending machine company. It was doing extremely well. And I asked him, Garrett, what's your exit strategy? And his answer was, what are you kidding? This thing is so wildly profitable. My exit strategy is my will. Why would I ever sell it? Now, 90% plus of startups we talk to are not in that situation where they're highly profitable. So that's not your typical answer, but it was hilarious. But anyway, be super careful how you answer this. Are you that smart this early on? You're a year or two into your startup and you're often on a 5, 7, 10-year journey. You know how it's going to end. You know what your exit strategy is. Don't talk about it. Investors want missionaries, not mercenaries. If they see you're looking for a quick exit and you're in it just for the cash, a lot of times they won't invest because they know that startups are hard. They're really difficult. They want to know when the going gets tough, the tough aren't going to get going. They're going to stay with it and stick with it and see it through. So they want to make sure you're on a bigger mission here, that you're not just looking for the fast exit, and that you want to build something that gets big and lasts. Now, it could be a trick question. In a recent episode of Dreamit Live, we had Ron Gula on, a great investor from Gula Tech Adventures. He said sometimes he'll ask an entrepreneur, look, if you're raising $2 million on an $8 million pre, what if I just wrote you a check today for $8 million? And he'll stop and see how they answer that. Now, sometimes he might actually buy the whole thing and build it into something bigger. But in some ways, he may be doing a test to see, are you playing small ball? Would you exit for $8 million? Because he wants to know that you want to build something big. So how should you answer that big, tough question, what's your exit strategy? My advice, what I would say is, I'm not sure. I'm building a company to dominate. I want to suck the air out of the room. I want to take the air out of my industry. I want to own my niche. I want to build something really large and substantial and own the market. And if I'm doing that, good things should happen. Sure, there's natural acquirers, and we can chat on that if you really want to, but that's not what I'm focused on now. I'm looking for an investor who wants to partner with me and really build something big and dominating. And if I do that, the right opportunities are going to come along. I'll deal with those later, but I'm not focusing on that today. Look, of course an investor has this in the back of their mind. It's their job. They're wondering, where's the value creation here? Why is someone going to buy it? Who is going to buy it? That's part of their job. We just find entrepreneurs talk about it too early and sometimes make the huge mistake. They bring it up proactively. They start talking about, instead of their vision, they say, well, now let me tell you about my exit strategy. Who asked you about your exit strategy? We've talked about this in other Dreamit Doses, and I'll say it again. Your vision doesn't equal your exit strategy. Have a big vision. Paul Graham talks about have a BHAG. What's your big, hairy, audacious goal? You want to go after that. Be cash efficient. Stay focused. Delight your customer and dominate. You do all of that, good things are going to happen. That's eventually where your exit strategy leads to. That's it. That's how you answer the question, what's your exit strategy? Remember, angel and seed investors are going to ask this. It may be a test. They're often looking for missionaries, not mercenaries. They're not looking for the quick kill. They're looking for entrepreneurs that are in it for the long haul. Talk about your big vision. Focus on winning and dominating the market. And if that's happening, you'll have a lot of options. Hit your vision and hit it hard. That's your Dreamit Dose in about 5 minutes. Please leave your questions in the comments section and make sure to catch our weekly live show, Dreamit Live, with interesting guests and live Q&A. Please make sure to follow and subscribe. We have a lot more coming. Really looking forward to answering your questions in the comments section. See you next time. Sometimes we've seen... Oh, shit. Are you a missionary or are you on a mercenary? Your vision doesn't equal your exited strategy. We've talked this about the bad sign that I've screwed it up like 3 times in a row. Please leave your... now we're the late in the day, I need a banana.